The Yarra Valley is the home of wine, then this is the home of water. 90 minutes northwest of Melbourne, in the heart of Victoria's spa country, is Daylesford. Here you will find the largest concentration of naturally occurring mineral water springs in Australia. But it's not just treatments and therapies in Daylesford. The Convent Gallery is renowned for its arts and events.
Daylesford in itself is a cultural, I suppose, a bit of a cultural mecca. We have a lot of festivals here, artistic festivals, cultural festivals. We've got some fantastic work in the gallery at the moment. In this particular gallery here, the work of Salvador Dali, lithographs and etchings, and we also have lithographs by Marc Chagall in another gallery space. And so it ranges. We've got traditional art and we also have contemporary art as well.
Daylesford is a classic case of small is beautiful. It's where bohemia sits comfortably alongside luxury and is a place of tranquil indulgence.
Now, if you come to Victoria, you mustn't miss the chance to try out the latest fashions, but you won't find them here, not at Sovereign Hill.
Sovereign Hill is a reconstruction of an 1860s gold mining town centred on a real mine. It's in Ballarat, which is west of Melbourne, and the Living Museum has all the things you'd associate with a Western. That's because Ballarat was the home of Australia's gold rush and once the richest city in the world.
The thing that actually makes Sovereign Hill is the actual Living Museum. The people that work here are all in costume. We have 378 people here now that work here on a full-time and casual basis, and we all get in costume and we all play the part of the 1850s.
Many people from Melbourne made the short journey here, and they were joined by people from all over the world trying to seek their fortunes. Well, the gold rush may be long gone, but you can still see the period's influence in Ballarat's historic buildings.
When the prospectors came here, they shared the fields not only with each other, but also the animals. Ballarat Wildlife Park is dedicated to the care and appreciation of that wildlife in its natural surroundings.
But of course, not all animals in Australia are as dangerous as this.
The Mornington Peninsula is where Melburnians come for a holiday or a day out. There's great beaches, great vineyards and beautiful countryside.
The Mornington Peninsula is a gem. It's got beautiful rolling hills as well as the beaches, and it's got a bit of everything, lots of culinary delights.
As well as culinary delights, there are also some great vineyards.
The Mornington Peninsula is a very small area, but we have over 60 cellar doors within a very small area, probably the most concentrated number of cellar doors anywhere in Australia. Small producers, so you're going to have the chance to meet the actual owners behind the wines, and there's a wine map which a lot of tourists come and use to move from winery to winery, but also there are tours that happen which are guided by various people around the different cellar doors to get a really good understanding of the different style of wines that are being produced here, and certainly getting a very good understanding of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay.
Peninsula Hot Springs is a great place to come and relax. The 47-degree waters are rich in healthy minerals and rise from deep underground into the thermal pools.
The hot waters come from 637 metres below the surface. They're naturally occurring hot waters. We had to dig a hole 600 metres down, or 637 metres down, and the water comes up under its own pressure to within about 9 metres of the surface, and then we pump it up and pour it into the pools.
And there's another reason why you should bring your swimsuit if you're going to come to the Mornington Peninsula. As well as this place, there are two towns not far from here that epitomise the love of relaxation and water. The first, Sorrento, was the site of Victoria's first ever European settlement. A popular seaside resort since the 1870s, lack of water initially forced its abandonment, but now there are many cafes, restaurants, shops and also great surf.
The second town is Portsea. The rich and famous of Melbourne make the 50-mile journey south here to their weekend getaways, and it sums up what the Mornington Peninsula is all about. Not only does it border a national park, but there are also the fabulous beaches and lifestyle.
All you have to do is kick back with a cold beer and enjoy the sunset. Oh, it's a tough job.
Now, just across from the Mornington Peninsula is this place. It's called Phillip Island, and a day trip here is an absolute must. Now, you've probably heard of the world-famous penguin parade, but hold your horses, there will be more on that in a second, because that's not the only cuddly creature you can get close to. If you fell in love with the koalas at Healesville, then you've got to check out Phillip Island Koala Conservation Centre. The boardwalk lets you see them in the treetops.
The most unique thing about the Koala Conservation Centre is the fact that the koalas are here in their natural habitat. In a lot of places where people can see koalas this close, it is a zoo, and the koalas are not in their natural trees. This is actually an area of remnant bushland where the koalas live, and they feed naturally, they move, they breed naturally, and it is just a fantastic experience to be so close to them in their natural habitat.
Now it's time to head to the sea and a trip to Seal Rocks, where you can see, funnily enough, seals. And the best way to get there is on this thing, the RIB, or the Rigid Inflatable Boat.
Well, the fur seals out at Seal Rocks, which is about 1.5 kilometres offshore at Phillip Island, are something that you just really have to see to believe. There's over 25,000 fur seals jumping in the water, lolling over the rocks. It's just an amazing experience again. And those seals are a natural breeding colony, a very important part of the breeding cycle of the seals in Victoria, and you can get right up close and personal with them if you go out there on a cruise. And those seals are, one of the largest colonies of Australian fur seals in the world that you experience out there at Seal Rocks.
Right, you've waited long enough. When nighttime falls, there's only one thing to do. Watch those penguins. Literally hundreds of them toddle out of the sea at Summerland Beach.
The penguin parade here at Phillip Island is an absolutely magical experience. They are the smallest penguins in the world, and they go out to sea early in the morning, and then crowds of people gather at sunset to watch them waddle across the beach from a day's fishing. And it's very funny, it's very endearing, it's just an amazing experience. And the way that it's set up is that you can be very close to the penguins, you can sit down on the beach and just actually almost have them waddle over your feet.
Finally, if penguins don't provide enough high-octane excitement, then pull on your helmet and rev up your engine.
We're at the Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit. We're at the southern end of the circuit, and our go-kart circuit here is an exact replica of the main circuit. 760 metres long, has all the undulations pretty much like the main circuit, so it's a pretty daunting track on your first lap, but after that it's good fun.
So that's a whole host of day trips, all within distance of Melbourne, and all giving you stories to tell for the rest of your life.